The executive director of Penplusbytes, Jerry Sam, has urged political parties in Ghana to follow through on the promises outlined in their manifesto. He emphasized that educating voters, particularly first-time voters, on these manifesto could help reduce tribal and religious biases in voting decisions. Jerry Sam made these remarks at the launch of the Voters' Compass in Accra.
The target for this project is actually the youth and the first-time voters who are just coming into the the scene and they don't know what is at play. So those are our targets. When we did the baseline, about 40% said that previously they voted based on political party manifestos. We want to shift this number to at least 70% of voters, because once we're able to shift that high number, then there will be a reduction in the other dynamics of religion, tribal, and what have you. So that is the idea, that we'll get a significant mass of the youth who are voting based on policies. And once that is done, the outcome is that they understand the policies. Whoever wins power will know what you stand for, and it will be easy for us to hold you to account. Now we've thrown the sunshine on their policies, and now when you come, your commitment level will be high. And talking about commitment, we don't want manifestos to, as it's been in the past, to be just mere words on paper or just a ticking box. We want them to be actionable commitments that will lead us to our development.
Meanwhile, the Deputy German Ambassador to Ghana, Sanvine Jansen, expressed confidence that the launch of the Voters' Compass, which aims to highlight the programs and policies of various political parties, will help voters make more informed, issue-based decisions at the polls.
This year we will see around about 700,000 voters that go to the ballot box for the first time. And this could definitely have a very decisive impact on who at the end of the day will win the election, which party, which presidential candidate. And with the parliament being the sovereign and representative of the voters and of the Ghanaian people, we would be very interested to see an election that really represents the interests of the people, and a decision to vote based on an informed decision that really takes into account the interests of each and every single voter, so that they can make sure that at the end of the day, the parliament that sits there is representing them to the best that they can do. When we look at the Voters' Compass, they looked at the various party manifestos and the manifestos of the independent candidates. And in there we find questions, for example, should there be a review of the free secondary education program that we have at the moment? Should there be free health care for everybody? Should there be a flat tax rate that is introduced? And all kinds of different questions. And not every party and every candidate has the same view on this. And I mean, I would assume that a lot of the first-time voters don't necessarily know very exactly which candidate supports which decisions on these, but it has a very big impact on their life if healthcare, for example, is free or not. So this is what I mean with the interests that people have. I mean, it really goes into the money in their pockets at the end of the day in some of these regards. And they should also base the voting decision based on these factors. So for me, the Voters' Compass is really a tool that is educative and informative and really helps people to take politically well-informed and grounded decisions.
Many thanks for joining us today. Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol.